Okay, so it's been a little bit. I've been around, like, I literally went up and down in America just this past week. It was crazy. Stuff that I didn't think I'd see, from where I live to like Wyoming and Utah. I just kept going. So I didn't have the time to work on half this stuff. But before I left, I did a couple of things, okay? Let me just say this here. One thing, okay? The biggest thing, and I did comment this in one of the earlier YouTube videos on somebody, and that was, yes, I am working on a new player controller because the old one is, oh, it's gotten too big for me. It's thousands of lines long. I can't look at it anymore. I'm starting from scratch, which isn't going to be the worst, but it's going to be there. Hold on. Let me get this to Microsoft Visual Studio. Okay. But as you can see here, I'm working on a new code. And this time, I'm not going to have any of the problems where you fall down or any of the major problems that you saw in the older script. But that also means I'm going to have to change how I do movement. I'm also still working on that, trying to figure out how to get movement to work in an easy way. I can't remember if I have it somewhere. Yeah, okay, never mind. I do have it somewhere. So to wait, oh, yeah, that's right. So to cut down on uh like the problems with that, with the character going faster or slower and going through walls, I originally had decided to use what was it called? It was called fixed update. That's right. I was using fixed update to change the velocity and anything that would use plus equals. I don't know a more scientific name for this. But because of that, it still had the same effect of just doing time.delta time. I saw this video a while back. I can't remember who it's from. I'm going to look it up real quick. Uh, okay. It was made by ah, JonasTyroller. I'll link him in the description. But this man was a genius and showed me all the math behind why it should be like this and not a different way. I already had the idea of the principles of, yes, plus equals is going to have like a weird problem in each frame because it doesn't really, because each frame could be anything. It could go from here to here or here to all the way to China. It's mind-boggling the more you think about it. But essentially, this little theorem here, which I came up with based on his video, solves my problem of going too far. Because, can I actually do MS Paint right now? Hold on. I am so glad my desktop audio is off. I had like Hotel Mario in the background. So I'm just gonna add a new window here, make it a little bit easier for me. Display capture. No, not display. I want window capture. Yeah, I'm using OBS, if anyone was wondering how I did any of this. Yeah, that's good. So, right here, we can see this is a... Yeah, okay. So essentially, how the frames are working in the velocity here, the frame rate essentially... Can't do that. The frame rate is essentially like this, sort of like a line graph like this, okay? You got your speed here, and you have your time here, right? So essentially, what you want whenever you're moving a character is you want a good old straight line like this, right? If you're wanting to make him go fast, right? Like say like velocity, right? You want him to constantly go fast like this. But every single time frame here is actually more over an interval, right? And the way how the program calculates it is it'll just do this. So it'll move there, and then it'll move here, and then it'll move here. Like, you see the problem here? It doesn't really line up exactly. It has this little triangle left here that didn't make it. So, hold on. I'm pretty sure I'm botching the whole thing, but I've kind of forgot the entire thing right now. But essentially what I remember is that somehow it's supposed to triangulate like this in the code. That way it can have this line here. That's what I remember. And the only way to make a triangle, if you know anything about squares, is a triangle is literally just half a square. So 0.5 all the way. So you do 0.5 here and 0.5 here, half, and you do the velocity in between, which essentially means just do the position math right here. And as for that, that's that part. That's the velocity part. And to show how that works, I wonder if I still have, yes, I do. Okay, so frames per second, yeah. So I can show you guys how well this holds up. If I can, Unity, there we go. I have this little temporary parameter here, which changes the frames per second in game. So right now it's set to 60, right? Also have a bit of music in the background, so don't get too afraid. But essentially, see how fast he goes, right? You see? Oh, I also added that trail. I love the trail, okay? That took me a little bit to get, right? But it works. But you see how... You can actually see the trail, right? You can use the trail as the way to see how fast you're going. You can see it just kind of does that. And it goes in that position, right? It always has this. So if I go into a lower frame rate, let's say 30? Yeah, 30. I think we should do 30. We'll try 30, and you will see that still, it's not exact. No, actually, it might be. But the main thing is look at how fast the player is going, right? The player is still going just as fast as he would if it was in 60 frames. To prove that, I actually have another way to do that. If I go to void update, let's add... Oh, hold on, wait a minute. I was doing that. I just didn't have it in... Okay, alright. Oh, yeah. You can see here, alright? So, yeah. We'll turn off capsule. Collapse. And we will... You see, it takes about that long to get to 24, which is the max speed at the moment. Right? I'm still working on, like, speed and whatnot, like, changing how it... Whatever. Just working on controls here and there. See, it takes about that long to get to 24. Obviously, 24 is not exact. I haven't really made it that way right now. Either that or it's because it's the animation speed. The animation speed does not have the same... It doesn't have the same restriction because we're actually capturing the speed here to avoid negative numbers. Make it a little bit easier for you guys. So, 60 frames per second. You saw how fast it got to that. And now let's see how fast it gets to here. I'm gonna hope that I didn't just mess up this. So here, let's just a little bit. Get an understanding of that. Good, good. This is what real programmer hours look like, or at least amateur programmer hours looks like. Staying up at 5 a.m. trying to figure out if something's right or not. Yeah, it's right. It's right. It's just kind of confusing me a little bit. Yeah, the player will not go through walls, as far as I'm certain. But I also have ways to constrict that. Because again, right now, all we have is that hitbox right there. Which is from... This is actually... This entire sprite here is literally just the original bird. If I can find it in my prefabs here. It's the original burb, but... You see these right here, right? See that? It's literally just the original burb, but with without the script and a couple of other things. Dang, this can be a long time before I get that whole thing set up. I might just do a bunch of copy, cut, paste, because stuff like the health I'm not really going to worry about. Steps, definitely not going to worry about that. I can just easily recreate that in there. Jumping? Actually, I think that was perfect the first time I did that, but we can always try again. Collision, we are changing collision, but we're keeping the same values, because those values are what I've started with, and I'm going to keep them the same way. Oh, these two? Okay, so whenever I was working on, like, you know, when I was trying to work on the camera, making it look nice, I had those two to make it a little bit easier, right? Let's go to an older scene to understand what I'm talking about here. Let's get door room. You know, this is my favorite room of all time. But essentially, right here, we have, so essentially the camera cannot go higher, cannot go lower than 0, but can go higher than 4. There's no like rotation, whatever. No rotation options because I don't need them, or at least I didn't need them until some of you mentioned that it's very, very not fun to listen to. I'm gonna mute the audio through this one. What was this one? Hold on. Yeah, like many of you have mentioned how nauseating it is to see stuff like this happen, right? It's very nauseating, in which, yes, I can see that happening. I can see that happening to a lot of players not being able to see the game as it's supposed to be because of that. So I'm changing this. I'm also going to see if I can implement it just a little bit because I love the idea of having the camera rotate like this. But if it becomes too much of a hassle for any of you guys, just let me know. If it's the rotation of the camera, like, you know, stuff like this, please feel free to let me know. I'm open to implement stuff. I used to do this a long time ago, where I would just implement things that people had said. But yeah, the whole collision stuff here, I'm definitely gonna change it up. I'm still debating on slopes still. So if any of y'all are wanting slopes, again, let me know. Again, like this is my first good game, and I'm seemingly the only guy working on it. Aside from stuff like this here, this majesty of a music here. So as of now, that's the update. Sorry I didn't have much to show, per se. But this is what I can do in the amount of time I can while I'm off on vacation. Man, I think that originally I thought this wall collision was like the most perfect wall collision I've ever done. Maybe it was, but I don't really know. I'll figure that out later. As of now, this is this is that bird game, yeah. Alright. Hold on, hold on. Oh, guys, I can show you this out. Awesome. Okay. So watch this, guys. Ready? This is my favorite command ever. Oh, hold on, wait. Wrong one. I forgot I changed how I did that. I used to do it that way. 3. There we go. I can load states wherever I want to. It's incredible. I went all the way to the top of that. I didn't need anything other than that save state. And I'm going to have to hope that I load to the right save state this time. I don't want to lose anything else. Load. Let's have it back on 0. Yep. That was like... I still love that animation that I got. Sorry. I am completely talking to myself about this stuff. Yeah. I think. Ooh, here's another one. Here's another fun one. Achievements. Because I'm still working on these achievements. I love them to death. Just because of the placeholders. I made them. I actually made the achievements last year. But I never really made a way to easily access them. Now you guys are just probably the first to see all of them right there. They're nothing much, nothing more. They're just achievements and they're fun. Is there any other I can think of? Well, there was obviously save. I can save to, like, say, 2 right here, right? And then I can move all the way over here. And then I can... as soon as I get out of this, you guys saw that. I honestly didn't see that. I'm gonna look back in the recording. But essentially, I can go here. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Essentially, I can go here. I can load back into that exact second state in the door room. Alright. Let's also try. Let's set it back to the original. Because the way how I have them set up is whenever you're loading into a state, you are essentially, literally loading into that position. I completely forgot what I was on. What I was talking about. Is there any... Ooh, hold on. Debug. Is that... So, for any of y'all who have access to any of the versions with this, yeah, you can do this. This is real. This is something you can do. And this is something I oblige you to do. This is fun. I don't know what's going on with those 2 hearts. Give me a second here. We got a warning here. Don't destroy. Download. Yeah, don't worry about it. I was just curious about it real quick. Right. But yeah, so these right here, they will definitely spawn. I can't remember, was it, what were the keys for this? Was it 6 to change whatever it was? It was, that's right. Okay, so that, I just placed a whole bunch. Alright, let's try and change this. Okay, that does that. Okay, it just sets it back to that. Where's my enemies? Come on now. Hold on, I think I might be able to see it in here. Aha, right here. Never mind, that's the wrong one. Where is it? Where are you, boy? Where are you? Where'd you go? Dang, I can't find it. Wait, uh-oh. Okay, so you see this right here? Yeah. So that all is a bunch of things I just spawned because I thought nothing was happening. I'll bet if I go down here, something's gonna show up. Never mind. I could have sworn there's something else that showed up. Oh, okay. Why wasn't I able to move back? I could just be tired. It's like 5 right now. And I'm recording this at 5. Yeah. Fun stuff. Alright, so that's hard. Was it like scroll to make it? Was it that instead? I'm trying to figure out which one extended the size. Because I remember there's one piece of this that allows the player to extend the size of these. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So that's game over. Oh, okay, that's why. It's because I was extending the lives, which, yes, that is a thing. And this is the game over. Except the bird isn't dead. Just imagine, like, the regular death in the game right now. But it's just a little bit sadder. Collapsing that. What is the error here? Okay, yeah, it's just that. Anyways. Nickelodeon. Can I get down? Oh, I can't. The whole script for the going down is dead now. Oh, that's amazing. All right, bet. Let's see if we can load. Let's see if we can reload the save and save it. Okay. All right. Okay. So the save is saved. So okay. We got a couple problems here. But yeah, that is what I've been working on. Have a good time with the rest of the videos I have. I have the little door game. I'm going to try to put a little thing either here or over there. I can't remember. And then here's another video. Depending on how much you like this one or all the other ones, this is probably the one you'll like the most, depending on Mr. YouTube Algo. I'll call him Algo. Yeah, Algo. Algo says this. Me says this. Whichever you prefer, just pick whichever one. Have a good night.